This is Tuesday the 25th, Reflections. So today we started off with a sway and stretch. Then we went on to our vocal practice where we do the breathing exercises on the floor. And then obviously we also do face stretches like the toffee chewing. And then we also did hip bath, lavatory, B-day, douche. Then after that, we did some new tongue twisters. So we did wristwatch, swish wristwatches. I think you can tell by that. I really struggled with that one. But the one that was Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair, Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? I found that one really easy. And I don't know, some words are like harder to say in concession. So like swish and wrist watches, because swish, you want to say swished instead of wrist. But fuzzy wuzzy, because it's coming after each other, it's not as hard to say because they're both pronounced the same, just with different first letters. Then we did some work on diction and how we say words properly. And we were talking about what diction actually is. And it's not the accent or like a dialect. It's how clear the consonants and vowels are. Then we talked about the yes but, so we spoke more about the believe and adopt. So we were talking about like the background of our character, their emotion in scenes, what location we're in, the intention of that scene, the event, value and energy. So like background can be them as a person. Emotion is like, what emotion do you want to bring to this scene? Location is obviously where they are, so nationals or their home place. Intention is what they want to bring. Intention is like what they're trying to achieve and what they're saying and stuff like that. And we also talked about audience, so like who are we performing this to? Like technical needs, so costumes, like where we're performing, stuff like that. So this all connects to when we were talking about diction. So some people might not have mics, so like you need to be heard clearly on stage. So the people at the back of the auditorium, they need to know what you are saying. So you can't be speaking like, oh, I want this. It needs to be, I want this. And you need to make it more pronounced and clear of what you are saying. So with this, we practiced. So we did to be or not to be, that is the question. So we did that bit from Shakespeare. Then we read it where we only read the vowels. So we went oo-e or oo-be, like that. Then we had to do it where we read only the consonants. So like that. I wasn't very good at it because I felt like I was then pronouncing them too much. But I found that exercise really good to realise like how important certain things are to make the words. And we realised if you're just reading the consonants, you can't tell what the word is, but with the vowels, you know what the word is in a sense. So we then went on to doing it with the song. Duh, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. And then we had to do it with just the vowel sounds. E, like that. And it helps you realise you know what song it was just by doing the vowels. But if we did it with the consonants, it's not as easy to realise. And then we tried doing it with 5, 6, 7, 8, which I found so difficult. Like, you don't understand how much you need all of the letters when you're trying to do it. Then after we did that, we went into group work, and we just practiced a bit of singing since we didn't have Aaron, so we just went over all our vocals. And then after that, we had musical theatre with Caroline, and today we just polished all of the dance numbers as much as we could, which really helped me because then I realised what I was messing up on, and then like placements, because obviously we're now missing someone, so we were just moving placements mainly for my group, but it helped a lot to then realise what we needed to go over, if we needed to go over anything during our small practice time. But that was it for Tuesday. Bye!